2.6 kilograms of cherries. And there's about a kilogram in your tummy.
So it's probably the hottest day of the year, Friday, 17th of June. And I'm in here, which is the workshop. And I think I've shown it before in a video. So we cleaned that out a year ago. And as you can see, it's just a mess everywhere. And what this space is going to be is a creative space for me and Rebecca to work. For me, pottery. There's a wheel. There's a little kiln. You can see that around there. And a big kiln. There's a real need to do it, and there is a need, possibly, if we can make money from it financially. And we were really kicking on in September and starting everything then. So the lighting is terrible in here, obviously, and that's something we're going to have to work on. But it's a really lovely old barn outbuilding, got lovely beams, lovely stone walls. And the first job is to point these walls, and this is the one I'm working on today. So I've just been clearing out all of the old mortar, which is basically just sand and dirt. So we're planning the space at the minute as we speak, we're mapping it out, but for now, if I can just get these walls done, this one's not going to have insulation, this one's not either, this back one is, so that's going to be plasterboarded, and this whole kind of stone, I guess it was feeding horses or cows, is going to come out. We're going to hopefully have the beams exposed with some plasterboard insulation on top with a nice spread of light so we can see really well in here. Because for arts and crafts, that's what you need.
I'm just forking around it gently, so I don't want to disturb the soil too much, but also I don't want to damage the bulb. So by loosening it a bit, it should come out a bit easier. this is the kiln. This will be going in the kiln room over there.
Right.
Along with the little kiln. And then, yeah, so we'll have walls about coming along from the edge of the radiator. Sort of here-ish.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. And then you're going to have your wheel here and a table alongside next to it. I'm going to have a table at the back wall over here. The trough is going, hopefully, from the edge of the radiator. They'll stay there and that bit will go. And then we were going to have the wood burner in the corner, but it's a complicated roof situation up here with beams, so we've just been up to look at it and we need to move it over a little bit, but that's fine. So it'll be there, and then we'll probably have another table here for other making-y bits. And then a wedging spot behind you, and then lots of shelves for storage. So in here is wiring that's been done by the previous owners. It's using British wires and switches and sockets. So we're going to take that all out and redo it again. So we were trying to do it methodically, and it turns out it's just too much of a mess really, because in this house they've just added on and added on and added on, and everywhere you have these boxes, and trying to work it all out is too complicated. So we're going to cut the big wire coming into the room, put a box on that so it's all safe, and then start from scratch in here and in the utility.
You've done a little bit of pointing here. So that's the finish there, you can see it. That's what it looks in the inside when you have some nice light on it. And what I've tried to do is replicate the outside. So I've given the room a good clean, a good sort out. Everything's a little bit more tidy, less dusty. I can see what I'm doing and I can not trip over stuff. You can see these beams, and what we're going to obviously do is have some rails going across the beams and then placo in between, so we're going to show these ones off. I'm not so sure over this side, mainly because this is going to be two separate rooms, and I'm sure we'll detail that more in another video, but we touched upon it briefly. So I've taken out half the trough, I say half, probably about a quarter of this trough, so I can finish this wall. I can finish in the corner and start to join that, and then I'm going to finish rendering that at some point. Other little jobs over here by the door. I chipped off the cement off here, so now it's going to look a lot better, and also in the window frame over there. And then it's going to rain for a few days, so we'll see how we get on, and I'm sure I'll give you a shot of it when it's finished. So there we have it, the finished walls all done. We now move on to the next stage, which is putting up some form of ceiling. Really proud that I've managed to do this in a week. Yeah, I'm really happy with the finish. We want to say a big thank you to everyone who comments, and it really helps us. And there's some really kind people out there, and we want to thank you very much for the comments and support. We wouldn't continue this at the same rate without you all. So thank you very much, and we'll see you very soon on the next video. Bye bye.